The bans. We got the bans. Let's go. This is the final game of group A or B. I definitely know which one that is, but this is the decider. Pajabol needs to win for Team Poland to reach the 3-team tiebreaker. Erdem needs to win for Team Rest of the World to avoid that. Sadly, the Team World cannot make it to the playoff anymore, but they can still influence things. We have the logo on, we have the score on. If anything, it's getting darker, so if it's going like completely after dark, let me know, I'll turn the light on. So last mulligan for Erdem was a brick coming into his hand, but he answers with a brick coming into Pajabol's top deck. And we see 2 turns, 2 clocks. The deck works properly so far, by the looks of it. You cannot wait. Yeah. There was no unit on the board after Paya played an interactively, but then the doggo jumped out, but you don't want to clock with the knickers there. It's good to have some proactive plays then, and Blightmaker achieves 1 thinning, so anti-clock is happening. Matol, organizer of this entire Gwent 2024 community tournament sequence, should be very happy. Matol is bringing Kolgrim to the tournaments as well, so nothing new. Prophet locking Pajabol's hand. The problem is he might find the pass button, and then this Prophet is kinda wasted. As the cards here get unlocked. Now we see the 2 bricks. And not actually the breaks as well, like Salamander Assassin needed to be answered potentially, but at the same time, Pajabol shouldn't mind it too much. Even keeps it over the Executioner. Mulligans into a brick, and we see... Okay, we do see Erdem playing Blightmaker, sadly on the open board, but what can you do? And now the annoying property of Syndicate, being able to play a turn or 2 uninteractively, is being showcased here. Not the card you see too often, Armory, Resilient. Card that gives 3 armor on the order. You've seen the boost, so you can protect your stuff. Don't really want to cloak your opponent with Rolands as well, so waiting for a bronze. We've seen Paya having 2 executioners before mulliganing into the Roach, so giving more executioners at one point becomes beneficial, but maybe you just want to cloak with the coated weapons. So let's see what happens here. Paya is not getting ahead, but does protect his Caleb. And this is where the leader becoming pretty useful. Golden Necker has Salamander Hideout. There is the Purify option on the Hideout, but at the moment you don't really need the Caleb. You need to cash in a bounty first. This allows the prophet to buff your executioner if you heart so desires. There. You are happy as a clock player to have double Viper Witcher. Are you happy about giving Caleb Manga number 2 to your opponent? I guess like you can play the Doodoo role and actually do that, but at the moment we see Vilgefortz thinning out the garden, so hidden 3 points, the card is a bronze. If it was kept a gold, Vilgefortz will be missing it. So do we see a buff? Vilgefortz is out. Of course there is still imprisonment, so it's not like you spend doing too much until you potentially purify it from Golden Necker play. Okay, we do see the buff. You cannot cloak with tokens. And a pass. So Paya avoided getting cloaked. If we look at the cards he played, it was an interactivity, 2 golds that you potentially don't want to bleed and create copies of, an interactivity, and then a spender, but the coins also work out nicely. So Paya still didn't waste his leader, does 10 damage nowadays. After a couple of bounties was collected already. Erdem only now finds the Sirinova. We don't see Golden Necker. Maxi round 3 card is not what you love to see. So the carryover for round 4. Golden Necker has been saved for round 4 as well. It seems to be not the ideal way it goes for the clock player. You can give your opponent an extra Ignatius. It creates a base copy. Are you sure that Kurt slander are not happening though? Not sure about that. So yeah, the cloak, without being cloaked, didn't find its cards. Paya, I think, had Golden Necker from round 1. Found Ignatius Morale. So I actually see another Ignatius being created. There he is. There is a crime that he's buffing it. So at the moment the bounty is not being collected, and there is a break show in Paya's hand.
Take comfort in that.
Okay, there is no access to for another Ignatius, no royal decree. And we see the insane armory value, just protecting that Viper Witcher from being killed with 4 damage. Of course, leader is dealing like 1 billion damage.
Touch it, go on. Feel the craftsmanship.
Kinda want to collect the bounty here to buff your Ignatius. Not sure how important that is. over profit. Was there? I'm not sure how many coins was in Pious purse one, right? But yeah, we also see Paya floating this poison, having morale. Kinda important to get through the defender and poison the Kolgrim potentially. But surprise, surprise. The Golden Anchor is not there. Kolgrim is coming from the royal decree. But without leader charges, what can you do? Okay, we go for the defender instead. But 13 plus 9 is not exactly enough. And also insane Kolgrim value in this match, as we see after all the clogging, playing against the deck that has Roach, Knickers and also Golden Necker itself. That would have been not the biggest Kolgrim you'd ever see. This I also didn't address in round 1, I suppose. Plus 9 and plus 13. There is poison on field experiment. And there was morale, so doesn't look particularly close. And Golden Necker carry over for both players for the next round. Paya takes this game number 1. If Erdem wins, the group is set. Okay, let's see. This is the Stockpile against Guerilla Tactics. Shiro with Nilfgaard, right? No, without. Okay. Shiro with Seamless and Cranmer against Hansel, Siege. And probably the most interesting card, Tibetan Infantry here. And Siege has landed in Pajabol's hand. I repeat, Siege has landed. Yeah, this is the 3rd World Cup. Been a while. I was in Sweden when World Cup number 2 was happening. Been casting a lot of that as well. So does Erdem possess the cards? 5-point War Dancer, I suppose, is okay. Does he have the cards to contest round 1? Like, you can play for carryover, you can play Pirate, Technicians, but it's not the most threatening hand. Let's see how Paya handles the Squirrel. Will he just try to preserve Amphibious Assault for later? Or does he deem that the card is necessary to contest round 1? Stockpile. If you, Tanko, would find the locks, I guess it would have been closer. But since your lock luck was not very good with Nilfgaard, It definitely looked pretty one-sided there. Okay, so Pajabol here clearly calculates points for the round 3 already. Trust me, that's what he's up to. That's why he's also maybe cosplaying Lerio. You never know. But yeah, we see the round going to the 7 card barrier now. If anyone wants to take a leaf, it might start happening now, but at the moment both still have a couple of cards they can drop. Erdem can play for his carryover, and Faya is not in a position where he should be threatened to lose on even or risk losing on even cards. So yeah, we see that he just eliminates any dwarf, big or small, from the board. Same goes, no discrimination. Elves also getting mowed down at the moment. But no pressing need for them to leave, so he can just play Vile, play Maxi. Okay, maybe play Maxi. It's fine. Might cost like a leader charge if you... not even that. Verification is pretty good. Unless you keep it for the siege. Then it might be not that good to waste it round 1. Okay, so finds Frenzied, Mahagam Pass and Oniro. And I also missed Mil. I guess she was in the Mulligan phase when I was checking, so sorry about that. If you have your Oniro, you get the access to Heatwave and Cranmer in the later rounds. So this is most likely where Erdem is leaving round 1. Unless the math is being done. Very precise math on the reach. We also see, as I mentioned, Amphibious Assault is being kept by just place the Bronze Engines and the Point Slammy cards. Okay, we have the continuation. Though it doesn't look too great for Erdem. With Seamless and COC being bricked, he has to rely on Cat Witcher Saboteur, has Hubert to move 3, 4, 5 data charges. So I might be tempted by this pass opportunity, but I think he can even play Amphibious Assault because Squirrel is definitely too low of a tempo. Place the Flotsam instead. Okay. We did see one backup plan being played, so you cannot go for the alternative target there. And Erdem manages to find the pass button. Not sure how he feels about losing this round. Like, nothing big was committed, but also nothing big was gained. I suppose, yeah. The maxi showing cards, the order has been kept. So he finds his golds, and Neuromancy gives the flexibility. We see the heat wave. No verification left to answer this scenario. Heat wave deals with that and also provides an interactivity. Now this Frenzy DAO only has one rock barrage, unlike the Construct NR that we've seen earlier today. There are no more constructs in this Squirtle deck. Push continues. We also see in Erdem, of course, Mulligan and the Squirrel, not the tempo you'd want to play. So. How are they finding them breaks every time? Seen probably third or fourth time today, and we've seen a clean 3-0, so not that many games. This is literally 5th game, and everyone is breaking all the time.
Like a temp fate every passing day.
Does Spire want to play more? Decides to do so with leader charge, or even with float some charge. Gets another Revenant going for himself. Anything in Shiro range at the moment. We cannot really buff by 1. Leader buffs by 6. Unless you play Shiro and start moving things, but that's not really leading to anything because of the Milva. Decisions. Are you scared of that Revenant? And the answer is Erdem was afraid that between the reinforced ballista stockpile charges and other potential damage, Paya will be able to spawn another Revenant after setting it up. Do we see a leader charge instead of Mahakam? Yes. Okay, so break avoiding time. Paya of course has Judgment in hand already. And if you want Hansel into Default Sprite, you have your Mulligan set basically. Erdem just needs to avoid Milva and seamless targets. Takes a risk on the Mulligan. Finds brick number 1. 6 cards in deck. Finds Milva. Who is surprised? Let me know in chat. Natalis has Bombardment, Boiling Oil. 8 exclamation mark deck list for the tournament decks. That's the problem with this Squirtle deck.
Don't you fret about me. Can take care of myself.
It tends to break quite often. Same goes about the rent-free Square though, with the Precision Strike. Okay, so Natalis applying some oil here. No more Milva to synergize with the leader. It's also somewhat suboptimal.
Dreadfully sorry.
Backup plan. Erdem of course needs units on board so that Seamless is not completely dead. But you know what is very good at dealing with the units? It's Shiro. I won't keep the pose for too long, so yeah, oh wait, what's Shiro? It's Hanselt. But yeah, we do see suboptimal Seamless here with only 2 units. And now there is a bunch of armor to deal with as well, so that Volta Sprite stolen by Hanselt, Crude by Radovid. We'll be digging through some armor first. There is Cranmer coming from the Turniremancy. Okay, we see the beauty of the Myrian infantry with 5 leader charges, buffing by 10. Suppose you can... How much worse was it to go for Spores instead? Like, this was 16 points, the 6 is not mattering, so it was 10 points. I guess there is some value if Cranmer is not getting pinged, the Seamless gets disarmored faster, so it's just that you are potentially getting some play on the Shiro, but most likely it's hard to achieve more than burning 1 unit anyway. AA still has Caro Revenant. There is still Judgment, so the last leader's charge is being kept. Although at the same time, you are not getting that order through then.
What do you want?
Not the best Shiro, you can witness, and yeah, Erdem is only 3 points ahead. So there goes the Radovid, there goes the AA, and Wire takes a 2-0 lead in this series. So reverse sweep featuring Kolgrim is on card. And he opts in to play Knights first. Knights pretty good if their scenario is not answered. There is a heat wave. And we see that there is an anti-heat wave in Donimir. So let's see how this plays out. The first round combo will be Immortals and Damned Sorceresses. Unless things happen with Immortals, as we witnessed yesterday with Lemon. Immortals is actually a propaganda, they can die quite easily. In this situation though, protected by the shield. Buff himself by 2, maybe not that easily. There was no lock in this Team Poland's Pirates version. Do we see Krach? We do see Krach. Last time he was insta-locked and it's done nothing. What's his fate this time around? Just getting heat waved. I was checking if Margarita is there, but no. The Krach is no more. So this seems like a turn for Damn Sword. Erdem has the second Damn Sorceress, and honestly, while she has some synergies with Knight Errant, you won't mind seeing one Damn Sword killed and the second one committed if you are Erdem. Or am I mistaken about that? It's one leader charge, so Paya is playing it quite aggressively.
I'm never short on stamina.
The danger of infusing Immortals with Knight Errant's infusion of loose shield boost by 2 is on cards. And without leader charge you cannot interrupt it as well.
What is it?
So yeah, the dream has been achieved by Erdem. Now if you rip the shield off, it will boost by 2 by the Immortals ability, and then it will be boosting by 2 through the infusion. It is his second Damned Sword though. It is at 7 power, the shield breaks, it's at 9. You can kill it with Clash, with Demon Pirate for example. And then this kinda doesn't matter unless Paya also sets up Funeral Boat.
Give us all you got.
So yeah, while the combo has been achieved, both damn sorceresses died.
Axe or might.
It is a success story though, because Fire Troll has been deactivated. Not too many things go into the graveyard on Fire's turn, but if Immortal Shield is getting pinged, that's rather unfortunate, as that might endanger your reach potential. Also, yeah, the carryover is here, infused carryover. You have some damage. But you can't really cleanly answer it, so instead we do see leader charge number 2 go in play. The Funeral Boat is pinging Squire, but Paya is not really in the mood of giving Erdem the round control here. Can he stop it though? Abordash is basically dead, and that's why the card even after buff is not considered the best ever. But the moons are nowadays playing for 10 on deploy if there are targets to hit and if there is one ship, so pretty good in round 1, round 2. Do we see Donimir landing? I don't honestly expect it to be the case, but then you are. Okay. Instead we do see the Maiden's Shield being dropped here. I don't know. I try to keep it, but if you are like, what are your payoffs for the Damsel in Distress? The Graces from Bronzes are okay. You need to find your scenario first though. That's some old score. Who is this Danny Ray and Gravish? Magpie, at least mystical, we see occasionally. The other two... Okay, finds the Lady of the Lake. Lady of the Lake means Oneiromancy. Oneiromancy means damsel in distress. Irondite is also at 11, by the way. I have not been checking that. But Paya also doesn't have the heat wave. So by the looks of it, if only Erdem knew, keeping that Maiden's Shield would have been a better move. It was when it, well, it makes sense. Nah, it might have just that we didn't keep score for the other, but yeah, this was the default player. Beam, beam, bam, bam. Goes Erdem. His engines growing. What is the AA?
It's not on any maps.
Erdem's Royal Inspiration is at 4. Do we see this Redanian Knight getting exposed here? Yes, we do. Demon broken? Yes, it is. I don't know. It's a pattern. We've seen all those dun banners and everything buffed. Dun banners didn't really claim a top spot in the meta, but the moons seem to be worthy of scene play. Bam, bam, beam, bam. Goes Erdem into this point slam from the scenario. Pajabol has 3s. That plays for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Not enough. And reverse sweep attempt is on by the Erdem. He promised that Paya won't win a round against him. I guess he meant that he'll lose 2 games and after that he will just 2-0 Paya 3 times in a row. So Paya leads to 1. Still has to play the Onslaught, no other decks. Erdem is playing Guerilla Tactics, Shiro Milva, all that. So might be problematic to set up a huge Shiro or keep units alive for Seamless because of all the damage and armor coming from the Onslaught. We also see Oi, oi, oi! What are you drawing, Erdem? Paya once again has Krach. Last time, 2 games of Onslaught we've seen so far. Team Poland was slamming him down in round 1 already. What's the Shiro scope? The Moon Smugglers at 4 and I doubt they will be changed too much, so not in Shiro range. And the Moon Pirates at 9, at a bigger danger, so we see the Krach giving armor to Smuggler, protecting it from being removed, Longship, and also Terror of the Seas. No Krach allowed. So yeah, kids don't do Krach apparently. We see the Squirrel, erasing on Oneiromancy in return. So now you don't have access to guaranteed access to Seamless. to Shiro, to Mahakam Pass. Bias, here's a leader charge here to get rid of that annoying chariot that would be preventing from him from getting the bloodthirst and get the damaged units for armor stacking on this Terror of the Seas. Terror of the Seas potentially, if stacked to 15, is still finding a target on those Seamless Armorer Workshop buffed units. It's deck lists, not deck list. Sorry about that. Okay, I didn't really pay attention to the maxi order, sorry about that. We'll figure it out when the cards come. Well, all the breaks, most of them are already in hand. So the draws should be improved because of that, right? Do we see? Yeah. Erdem goes for the line of playing the workshops from hand and backup plans from Seamless. He has access to Cranmer anyway.
You wanna pass, you gotta pay. Can't let you through elseways.
Если нужны колоды во множественном числе deck lists. Erdem didn't give away that he has Milva in hand, right? Nothing was moved. Also, comment is not wrong. There are World Cup uploads on YouTube, and there is the link to Lerios spreadsheet. All makes sense. Ah, look at that insane value. 7 points for 4 provision cards. That's probably the best value of an Uncried Armor Smith you ever seen. Do we see a leader charge? Probably on maxi if you're moving anything. Not sure why Dennis Cranmer was moved. Not too much of the difference, but if you are counting like Terror of the Seas potential damage, it's better to hide it behind the maxi. And yeah, we see White Trees is being played in this deck. Demon Pirates a 9 power. Demon Smugglers create 2 units, which is also damn good. And now, if you are Erdem, what are you? You're forced to pass. A leader charge down. Your opponent, of course, played trees, but this trees kinda was playing into the Shiro range. Are you forced? I guess not yet. It's actually a decent trade. Cat Reacher Saboteur does combine with leader charges. Okay, so was it a missed opportunity? Like if Paya passes, you play Milva. No, of course, Erdem doesn't see it. It might have been another bronze that Paya would have traded for the Saboteur. There is still Fuku, so the pirate is getting separated from his twin. There is only one of them left now. We've seen Maxi being played. I didn't pay enough attention to catch what was there. We don't see Seamless, and we see Seamless. Double backup plan in deck, so maybe it was all correct. Knowing that there is a COC in Erdem's deck, Fire probably plays Soul Finisher, hoping to set up some Bloodthirst. Although there is no Squirrel, both of them already in the graveyard. But yeah, now Paya's job is just to avoid giving a big Shiro. Those abordages damage enemy unit by 2. Play pirate from your hand. There is a pirate. You can also click him and bring him back into your hand. But as we see here, the first abordash is being used because good luck getting Bloodthirst to begin with. Okay, we see Royal Decree is being played for the bronzes, basically. And not the greatest bronze as well, but you don't want to risk pirate discarding. Your beast. Bjorn is of course the last pirate. In your hand, Soph is just a warrior, Fuku is a beast. So you'd prefer to discard Abordash and bring Bjorn back into your hand, but you're still not getting the Bloodthirst for that. Okay, we see the Terror Float. Shiro is never reaching a 4 value in those decks. No hand buffs. No combos for that. So that's quite annoying for the Shiro player, not finding good targets. While theoretically there should have been some. With all the 6s made by 3s. Okay, we see Fuku probably into bronze. Okay, we have a ship, so yeah, Demon Smugglers are here to assist you with the Bloodthirst. Cannot get them for power once again. So Abordash is potentially on the cards there. Of course, Erdem has leader, Erdem has Weil. Can you find an archer to set up things to 3 power? This damages by 2. BME finding full value on Fuku. Funny.
I'll feed you to
the crows!
And also some points. Are we playing around the Bloodthirst? We shoot, and by we I mean Erdem. There is the while anyway. And that is a 2-point unit. This is a 3-point unit though, so Bloodthirst 2 can be achieved on basically anything. But you need to kill a 6. Bjorn, good at killing a 6. No Bjorn and potentially drawing the half pro is it's not exactly that. Playing Solve as a tallest unit is also not ideal. Ah yeah, true. Even that could have been done. So the Bloodthirst, the Rain, it should work out for Solve, but Paya is keeping it till the end.
I trust no one. Never have.
There is still a ship on the board. And also all Bloodthirst in the world is being assembled here. While Erdem has the Shiro. If only Shiro was a 4-point card. Guys, go vote Shiro power buff or nerf. So that he is at lower base power and easier to set up on the force. This is the example why you need to do that. See? It would have been a board wipe. And at the same time...
Who am I to kill?
Yeah, that doesn't really work for the Shiro click. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a leader charge. Only a 7-point game in the end. If there was some meat on that Shiro potentially. But congrats to Paya, congrats to Matol as well. And this though. This is not Gwent World Cup, this is Gwent Community Open, for which we had the qualifiers during the February. You can see the pairs getting revealed. Drum roll, no drum roll, it's on the screen already. Maimon versus Lerio, Nekvis versus Sanvanter. We're casting it here, we're casting it with Lemonsky, so I hope you like the duo.